You mentioned earlier about the sexual assault incident. Like, do you feel comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I might have to get tissues at some point, but
Whatever you
um,
need to do.
yeah, that was pretty early on in our relationship. I'm not going to say whose wedding it was because they are not involved in any way. It's just like a marker
Mm,
of time. Um, but we were at a hotel and and we were both drinking, and I just didn't want to have sex. My son was really young at the time, and just wasn't into it.
yeah.
And I'd made that very clear. And he got really angry because I think he just felt entitled to sex because he had paid for the hotel room or whatever his reasoning was. Or we had time away from the kids, and it should happen. It was
Mm,
something that should happen. So I was drunk and I fell asleep in the hotel room, and I woke up the next day and there was just, you know, evidence. I had semen in and on me, and I just, I knew that I had been penetrated. Um,
mm,
and I was confused. And I just like kind of waited for a little bit and then just asked him, like, what happened? Um, why why is this here? Um, and he just got kind of sheepish for a little bit and was just like, well, I knew you didn't want to, so I just thought it would be better if you stayed asleep. So I didn't wake you up, and I just let you sleep through it. So that's why I didn't wake you up, because I knew you wouldn't be into it. So I thought it would be better for you if you just stayed asleep.
mm.
And I was like, that's rape, you raped me. That's what rape is. And he flipped out. He didn't get violent with me at that time, but he went to the window and put his hand on the window and just started like crying, I guess, and saying like, I can't believe I did that. I'm a rapist, and I should just jump out this window. Um, and that was really jarring because I'd been sexually assaulted before that, not by him. He
Mm-hmm.
knew about it, but um, I don't know. It just felt like in that moment I was like, is this always what happens? Like, is there anyone out there that's not going to do this to me? Um,
Mm, yeah.
and I didn't have anyone to talk to. It was just I had to drive home with him, and it's a really odd feeling to have the father of your kid, the owner of the house that you live in, do that to you and kind of take your consent away in that way. Yeah, it's just it sucked, and that never left for me.
It's okay.
I should have gotten tissues because I'm gonna use toilet paper. um, yeah, that just never left throughout like my marriage, and then um, even after when I started dating again. Um, it's not that like I was repelled by men or anything like that. It was just the idea of consent was just so warped, and I felt that like pretty clearly throughout my marriage with Chris. I thought at one point I was asexual. I thought I was gay at one point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, I jokingly call myself reluctantly straight, but I quite love my fiance, so that's not. I don't think that's quite true, but um, yeah, I just didn't. I didn't like sex, and
Yeah.
it was like a violent repulsion towards sex for a long time.